If you're just joining us, welcome. We're so glad that you're with us this morning. Today we get to have a training by Michael Huggins, and it is exciting. He is going to tell us all about entering sales, and that's what this whole thing is all about, right? And you know what? I haven't entered enough of them, and so I want to know just how to do it, how to look perfect, how to do it and impress the people that we're with instead of going, oh, I think if I do this, it's going to do that. And I think if this should work this way. I don't know why it's not working. Michael's going to get us through all that today. Now, let me tell you a little about Michael. He is someone that he started, just like the rest of us. He started with a dream. He started with dissatisfaction of what life has given us. We were told you've got to get an education, you've got to get some student loans, you've got to get some jobs, you've got to start saving your money, you got to work hard, and you know what? It just doesn't work like it used to. And he found Renatus and he learned to apply it, and he has just grown. His life has gotten better. He's had more freedom. He's had actual money to do things with. He's paid off the debt. He's made investments into assets that keep paying him. And he has applied the Renatus education and become a product of the product. And he's here to help us this morning. Michael, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Ron. Loving life.
Good.
Loving life. Yeah. Good morning, everyone else. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the training. It is an exciting Wealth Wednesday, and we got some work to do. We have, if we look at the calendar, you guys know the last day to put orders in for the year, for December, for the year. The last day to put in orders is the 14th. So, guys, we have basically 10 days, 9 days to do this. So let's make sure we're entering the orders correctly. That's right, Wanda knows. She's paying attention to the dates. These are important dates. We basically have 9 days to make this happen. Good thing we got all day today. It's our Wealth Wednesday. Let's do it. Okay, so Ron brought up the Super Saturday and the holiday party in Salt Lake with Woody Woodward. This is going to be awesome. And obviously we're announcing it here. We're announcing it on the text marks. We got the email sent out. And, sometimes people get used to that kind of method of contact. And so I would encourage you guys to put yourself in the shoes of someone who's maybe a little discouraged. Maybe is losing a little bit of sight when it comes to where they're going. And how would you feel if a team member called you and just said, hey, we're having the holiday party, open to see you. We're having our Super Saturday. You definitely need to be there so you can keep improving. How are things? How are you? And someone actually reached out to you. If you were in that moment of frustration or maybe, lack of belief and someone called you and let you know that they're thinking about you and that you want them to succeed as well, how would that make you feel? I think it would feel fantastic. So let's do that this weekend. This is the last Super Saturday of the year, and let's put a lot of effort into it. Let's not just show up casually. Let's make sure that all the people we said we have their back, we have their back. So I've been sitting on the phones calling people, making sure that they're informed of what other support we've created for them and getting them out of their own way, right? So if you guys would just personally take on the assignment of calling 3 more people, to make sure that they got the info for Super Saturday and the holiday party. This is where we're making things go from their head to their heart. There's brand new IMAs that don't know about this head to heart process. They don't know. So make sure we're building big for this Super Saturday. Also, Woody's put a lot of time and energy and effort into it. So how would that be if, let's say you got 5 or 10 team members and you're the only one that shows up at Super Saturday. And Woody says, great, how's it going? You're like, good, man. My team is growing, making some sales. And he goes, all right, well, who'd you bring with you today? And you didn't bring anybody. Well, that's not going to look too good. So let's not leave anyone behind. Let's make sure we're including people. All right. All right. Guess what, guys?
Adventure. Don't you just love it? Doesn't it course through your veins? I'm telling you. There's a reason why the good Lord created this wonderful world of ours, this beautiful place we live in. It's so that we have the opportunity to explore it, to enjoy it, and to see the world. That's what it's all about. Well, guess what? You're going to have that very opportunity. What are we going to do? We've got a sales contest. The Renatus 90-Day Drive Sales Contest. And you're going to be able to participate in a powerful way so that you can join me. Where? London, England.
Yeah. Going to London, baby.
90-Day Drive Sales Contest. Why 90 days? Because it begins on December 1st of 2018 and ends on, well, February 28th of 2019. 90 days. Why Drive? Well, because we Woodward developed an incredible system, a sales system that is driving success all over this country. Drive. You don't know about it, you got to get acquainted with it because it'll help you in your sales to go out there and achieve things that you haven't been able to achieve before. Let's talk about contests. The contest is all about sales that are entered, not sales that carry over, right? Not sales that complete, but sales that are entered during those 90 days. We're going to do a little backtrack. So that means all sales that are entered during that period of time, as long as they have been paid for in full, we're going to make the announcement of the top 10 contest winners at the national conference, which is coming up on March 28th through the 30th of 2019. Drive sales success through the period of time. I know what you're thinking. You're still thinking. So awesome. I would love to be able to go hang out with, Bob and Holly and the whole rest of the crew who win this contest, but I'm just getting started in the business. I mean, all these leaders who've been here for years, big teams, all this revenue, I mean, I'll never be able to compete. Guess what? We fixed that problem. This is a level playing field. Why? Because any additional income at all outside of new sales entered the system, they're not going to count. So, overrides of residual income, not going to count for the contest. Individuals want to try to add their event fees in there, not going to happen, not going to count for the contest. If you say, hey, I'm a PAC member, I get my PAC bonus, if I hit a certain level. Nope, not going to count for the contest. This is a level playing field. All you got to do is focus on sales success. Now let's talk about how fun this is going to be, about the excitement of London, England. I can't wait to go to London. Envision yourself on the London boat. Massive Ferris wheel over there. Buckingham Palace. Wouldn't you like to go shake the hand of the Queen? Have you ever thought about going to see London Bridge? I mean, been singing about it since we were kids, right? An opportunity to go check it out. And then you've got the Tower of London. And then you've got Madame Tussauds, the Wax Museum. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Think about the incredible places London would be able to see. We're going to put some excursions together for you. We're going to put some activities that we can all be together. And we're going to give you some free time as well. But the good thing about this is the top 10 winners who make this happen, well, you're going to be joining me. I'm going to pay for it. That's right. You're going to become my guest on this journey across the waters to London.
He's going to pay for it.
Some of the excursions that we're going on as a group, we're going to take care of that as well. Your transportation to and from the airport, but we are staying at the Langham London Hotel. This is a beautiful 5-star resort. It's just luxury at its finest. All of this is available to those of you who really get busy employing the form of making activities that we have in our honest. See people tell stories, build for events, follow up. There's more contest details that you can read about in your business center and Helios. So dig into that content. But I want to see each and every one of you strive for perfection because if you go out there and you make it happen, the top 10 are coming with you to London. Let's say that, well, maybe you were just a little bit off the mark. You're going to make a whole lot more money driving for sales success than you otherwise would, standing on the sidelines watching other people get rich. Adventure. That's what Renatus is all about. And this is going to be an epic adventure. I'll see you at the top.
Yeehaw. How exciting. It's up to us, guys. We got to take back our control of our time. Our mind is our thought and emotion lined up with what we're trying to create here. So let's stay focused. We got this. Plenty of room. Okay. So let's talk about entering orders. And like Ron said, if we make it look like a pro, things can go super smooth. So, all right, switching, here we go. Woohoo! All right. So we're talking about entering orders. And this is part of the process. Right? If we remember our funnel, right, it's see the people, tell the story, build for events, and follow up. Continuous follow-up. Well, remember in the follow-up phase, what we're doing is we're asking for the order and we're booking a meeting from a meeting. And then at that meeting, we're asking for the order and then we're booking a meeting from another meeting. Well, at some point, you got to say, let's do this. And then we have our OEP, our order entry party. So I want to make sure that you guys are setting the tone right with your customer while you're doing it. I think last night I had the record for the longest OEP. I went. It was almost 4 hours. A person had come to some meetings, had some phone conversations, and then they came over to take a quick tour of the website, and then at that point we're like, all right, well, let's just get you started. But this seriously took. It was a record, but we got the order in, got signatures in, we got credit cards in, money's on the way. They're getting their account. So let's talk about that, because if your customer was putting a maximum resistance, but you didn't know the exact steps, you might not complete it. So the good news is there's not that many steps. It's just the right way of doing things. Word up. Okay, so this is our funnel. We're focusing on OEP, this order entry party. Okay. So remember the mindset to have while we're in our OEP. While we're sitting down with them, while we're meeting them, it's the right mindset of, one, Renatus is the best income opportunity in the country. Flat out the best. Why would I be pressuring you to buy this if it wasn't the best? Duh. Number two, favor. We're doing them a favor. Oh, wait, no. Number two is everyone needs it. So this lady was a property manager, and she's been doing it for several years successfully. But in her mind, she was like, I don't think I need this. And me, I was verbalizing it like crazy. You definitely need this. Not because you're dumb. It's just because you're operating off of rumors. Everyone needs Renatus. And number three, we're doing you a favor. I probably said that at the OEP last night. I probably said that 8, 9 times. And then number 4, it's your loss if you say no. So this is the correct mindset all the time. Correct mindset. A few other things that I kept reminding in my own mind, but then also was saying out loud is you have untapped potential. I kept telling her that too. You have untapped potential. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's tap into that. We're going to help you. It was it was awesome. She was scared. She was like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. And I was like, okay, well, how much do you have in credit cards? 40,000 she has. So she says, I have 40,000 in credit, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course you do. So, so first we have our correct mindset. We're telling them, we're verbalizing. Remember, I told her we're doing you a favor. Like when it comes down to it, when we shake it all down, you're the big winner. You're the ultimate winner. So I'm doing you a favor. Let's do this. And so we're sitting at the table. And let's see, she's right here. We got Mike right here. I'm over here. We got the laptop right here on the table. And so I give her a tour. So number one, I asked her, remember we just watched that video on Drive. And why is it called Drive? Because this is changing the way we're doing our sales. So I in my mind, I understand what director, relator, intellect, validator, and executive are. So I said, are you the kind of person who really likes lists and names classes and the content and the documents? Do you want to see everything in this? Would you like a tour of the website? Do you want to see everything? And she goes, I'm a numbers person. I love charts. So what that immediately told me is ding, 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 ding. We got ourselves an intellect. Okay, because now let me show you how I give a tour of a website for the intellect. Okay, it doesn't take long. Let me just switch over. Switching. Basically, you guys ask questions while I'm saying this, but I'm going to just kind of recap the exact question and answer session we had with her. Here we go. Bing. Okay, so here's what I do. When I'm ready to give someone a tour, I have my homepage open for my essentials. I have just the regular old myrenatus.com page open, and I log in to Helios. Okay, then I'll also have Renatus iOS open and get fun online. I got 5 tabs open, baby. So first things first is I want to make sure that they see the whole page. So I will zoom out so they can see the whole thing, not just Chris's beautiful smiling face, but the whole thing. So now it's sitting right here, and I said, okay, well, let me give you a quick tour. But before I do that, now why would I do that? Why would I say, I'm going to give you this, but before I do that? For intrigue. I'm creating intrigue. That's what we all need to keep focusing on. Before I do that, let me just show you something. When you come to myrenatus.com, here's what you'll see. You'll see that we teach 60 classes. We have 30 practitioner instructors. And now that I know she's an intellect, we're going into the details. Now, it's not details that are hard to memorize, or it's not details you don't already know. It's just we're putting them in the form of details, not in the form of story, because she's not a validator or a relator. She's an intellect. So don't tell stories, tell data. So here's data. 60 classes, 30 instructors. Now let me tell you what it takes to be an instructor at Renatus. First, you got to be a practitioner. You actually have to do what you're teaching. Second of all, Bob has to watch you work for a year. He's going to scrutinize you. He's going to look at everything. And we're going to check on how you actually uphold your business throughout an entire year before you ever even get to talk to one of our students. And then, because we see how you've operated, you got a clean track record, you practitioner, instructor, you're doing what you're saying what you're doing, it's honest and ethical, then we'll bring you into the studio. Bring you into the studio and you'll learn more. So then I go down here and I scroll down and I show her, look. Let me show you Megan. Now, obviously, with women, I show women because it closes the gap of relatability and rapport. So I'm like, hey, look, here's Megan. If you want to learn about Megan's class, here's what you'll do. You just come and click right here. And she'll tell you all about her class. So I just jumped forward. That's what I did. All I did. I only showed her 2 seconds. This is what I did. I literally, boop, boop, boop. I was like, look, so her intro right here, you can learn more about her class. Now, her class is 4 hours, 45 minutes. It's 32 segments. So you'll come in here, click on all the segments, and this will show you exactly what you'll be getting out of the class. And she leans in to the screen. She's like, what is all of this? Scroll down, like, see? All this stuff right here for you. This is all for you. You'll get it. And that's just one class, okay? So then you click on the About Us page, and I can just keep giving her the tour. Click on the About Us page, and I want you to come and learn more about who the CEO is, who the other home team members are, but then also property tours, the workshops and introductions. You missed our intensive last week, but there's some incredible stuff there, and we got our follow-ups. So we're the best. We're the best, and we're going to take care of you. So then I switched over. Boom. Now we're back. Now here's my business center. Okay. And then what I do is say, all right, so we got our calendar, so you can stay informed of events around the country, but let's jump into the education. There's 2 ways to get it. Go to the tab. You come in here. What you're going to do your first 60 days is your essentials course. And really, I expect you to do it in 30 days. So give her a quick tour. She goes, but I think I already know all this stuff. I'm like, well, I doubt it, but let's just go over this. So we got creative acquisitions, and I go through a whole list of classes. And she goes, yeah, I don't know if I need the tax and legal class. I already have my LLC set up. And I said, okay, why? Why did you set it up? She goes, oh, so, I can write stuff off. And I went, okay, who told you that? She says, oh, my friend that also has an LLC. And I went, okay, this is what I'm talking about, going off of rumors. LLCs don't have any tax benefits. So we're done. Obviously, you need this class. Okay, let's stop operating off of rumors. And I got a big smile on my face. I'm not trying to make her feel dumb or anything, but we need to stop operating off of rumors. And then I give her just a quick gist of all these classes, and she goes, yeah, but I don't have any time. She starts to give me some more objections. So right here, I got this page open. Now we're sitting, we're talking, and she's like, I don't have any time. I'm like, sure you do. I mean, a lot of people say that, but that's very rare. She goes, I don't have any time. Her first objection was, I already know this stuff. No, you don't, or you'd be teaching the class. Or if you did know it, then you can listen when you ask, who are you? The first few minutes of your follow-up, who are you? Where are you from? Tell me a little bit of your background. You got any kids? What do you do for fun? And listening to that, you could tell if they have their life together or not. You could tell if they know things or not. So listening to that, she's a good hard worker as an employee, and that's it. So, nope, you don't know this. And then she says, well, I don't have any time though. I just picked up this other job, and I end up taking my work home. And I'm like, well, that doesn't matter. That just goes back to me. Like, I didn't say it, but in my head, I was like, doesn't that just prove that you don't know this? So I didn't say it, but in my head, it's just more evidence. And if I need to say it, it's there. So I say, all right, we'll just turn off the radio. Turn off the radio. You'll have time. And she goes, well, I just don't have time to sit in front of the computer and watch class all day. I'm like, well, you got to remember, this isn't forever. This is for a few months. And then once it's in your head, then you start taking action on it. So it's not that it's forever. But while you're in your car, and then one thing I brought up, kind of interrupted her, and I said, have you heard of Parkinson's law? Have you heard of Parkinson's law? And she says, no. Okay, well, here's what it is. Basically, work expands for the time allotted or allowed. So I say the reason why you take work home is because you're allowing that time for work. And so it will expand to meet that allotted time. That's it. She kind of made a funny, confused face and said, look, it's like this. Have you ever set aside your Saturday or your Sunday and like, I'm going to clean the house today. And you set aside the whole day to do it. But then your friend calls you and says, hey, I want to come over. I'll be there in an hour. Well, you were planning on taking 4, 5, 6 hours to clean your house. Now you have an hour. And you get it done. Have you ever had that happen? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's Parkinson's law. So now here you are with a new opportunity. All you've done is just let that time expand to allow for that work. But now we have new work. So we're just going to activate Parkinson's law, and you're going to make the time for this. Not a big deal. And I, kept saying stuff like that. Not a big deal. This stuff is easy. You can do this. So then she goes, well, my boyfriend would kill me if I did this. My boyfriend would kill me if I did this. And I was like, okay, well, tell me about your boyfriend. Well, he's going to school and he's doing this and that. I'm like, okay. So it sounds like he has no expertise in this. And she's like, oh yeah, no, he's not a numbers guy. He doesn't want to do investing. Nope. And I was like, okay, so don't listen to non-experts. Right? If he's not an expert, why would you listen to him? She's like, well, I just don't want to hear it from him. I'm like, okay. So I said, well, guess what? Guess how Vanessa felt? I can tell her my quick story. You could say the same thing, guys. Tell my story. Guess how Vanessa felt when I said, hey, sweetheart, I know we're living in your mom's unfinished basement, and I know we've been living here for several years, and I know we've been saving up some money so we can move out, and we're not moving out. In fact, we're using that money, and we're going to buy this training program. Vanessa was so mad. She was mad. And guess how she feels now? Not mad. That's it. Yeah, sure. This person was mad, but they didn't understand what we were creating. Now they're not mad. They get to do what they want with their life and their time and their money. So no big deal. That's not real. The boyfriend's feelings, first of all, your boyfriend wasn't at the meeting, so he doesn't know what this is. Also, he doesn't want to be an investor, so that doesn't matter. Nope, his opinion doesn't matter. Does he control you? Does he control you? She goes, no. Hell no, he doesn't control me. Okay then. Who cares what he thinks? If he really likes you, he'll still like you after you learn real estate. Okay? So she just kept throwing objections at us, and we're just knocking them down. Like they ain't no thing. Who cares? It's like volleyball, baby. We're just having fun in the sun. So you don't know this. You have the time. Your boyfriend's opinion doesn't matter. And then she goes, well, what if I don't like it? What if I don't like it? What if I'm not satisfied? Right? The satisfaction thing. What if I'm not satisfied with it? What if, I learned I could have found all this stuff on the internet and I'm just not satisfied. So I went through our accolades. I was like, look, we got an A+ rating with the BBB. Do you think if we sell this training and it doesn't work, that people would keep it a secret? Or do you think they go tell the BBB? She goes, yeah, they go tell them. Okay, so we got an A+. Also, if you go look on Facebook, guess what? We have a 5-star rating. Go look on Google. Guess what? 5-star rating. Do you think we'd have a 5-star rating if this information we're enrolling you in sucks or is no good or people are dissatisfied? No. Okay. All right. Also, we're in the Inc. 5000 as one of the fastest growing companies year after year. Do you think these third-party companies that look at us and evaluate are going to say we're doing good things if we're not? No. All right. And one last thing is we got best in state for education. We got an award for best in state in education, beating out the universities, beating out other technical colleges, beating out all these other institutions. Best in state for education. Holy cow. Now, this is obviously for Utah because that's where the company is based. However, we got University of Utah, we got Brigham Young University, we got some highly nationally acclaimed universities, and Renatus got best in state for education. Do you think that happens if we aren't good at educating? And then one other thing I pointed out, remember, she's an intellect. This is the stuff that matters to an intellect. Another thing I pointed out is Mr. Snyder hired someone that has a PhD in education, and they work with the practitioner instructors. So this guy has a brain on how to train people, and this guy has a brain on how to train or how to make money. So we combine those two brains, boom, you got a class. Workbooks, audios, pre-test, post-test, the whole thing right there. We take it seriously. So of course you're going to be satisfied. Boom, 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 boom. Knock that out. And by that time, we learned she has the money. We pointed out, you don't know this. You have the time. Other people's opinions don't matter. We have the accolades in the track record. So I look at her, solid eye contact, friendly, we call them friendly sticky eyes. And if you haven't read the book, How to Talk to Anyone, it's in the Audible, they talk about it, friendly sticky eyes. So I make some solid eye contact with her. Eye contact, and I say, you know what? You know what? A little bit of intrigue. You know what? I'm going to do you a favor. I'm just going to enter your order. So I grab the laptop, I turn it towards me, and I start typing. Typing. Okay. And I type in her first name, and I have it angled so she can see me typing. First name, last name. Okay. What's your phone number? And she gets some type of way with her seat, and she gets all uncomfortable, and she's wiggling in her seat. She goes, guys, I don't know if I want to do this. And I was like, well, do you know this person? Yes. How long have you known them? Years and years and years. Okay, so this is not random. You realize how lucky you are that you know an IMA? I didn't know anybody when I came into this. You know someone. Ask him. Is it worth it? Yes. Okay, let's do this. But I don't know. I don't know. And I went, okay, well, if you don't know, I know. Let's do this. What's your phone number? And I start typing. I'm like, it's a 7, right? She starts laughing. Yeah, 720. Okay, what is it? She goes, And I went, I could just get your phone number from my phone. Why don't you just tell me? And so we're sitting at that page. A few more minutes, and literally, guys, we go right back through this whole thing again. She goes, but I feel like I know this. I say the same thing, but I don't have the time. I say the same thing, but my boyfriend's going to kill me. We seriously had a recap of the same conversation. It just went way faster. It was like 10 minutes instead of an hour. And we're still sitting on that order entry page. Still waiting. So I finally say, all right, what is it? Tell me your phone number. Or do you want to type? And I slide the laptop to her. She goes, no, I don't want to type. Okay, me. So we just start entering it. Now let me switch over to my laptop here. Bing, share. Bing. Okay. Oh, we got some chatty chats. What's going on here? Oh, that's right. She said, what if I don't watch the classes? That's right. That's the other thing she said. What if I don't watch the classes? I said, you will. Why wouldn't you? Look how easy this stuff is. So, Stephanie had a question. Where is the info to get best in state? I have a prospect who would eat that up, and I can't find it on Google. Well, it's going to be Utah-based. You know what? Let me just start a quick chat real quick. Yeah, Mike, are you in a position to come off mute and just give everyone a quick recap of your experience with this while I figure out where the best in state stuff is?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
So basically at that point, she started to realize that we weren't just trying to sell her something, and that we were trying to help her. We're trying to help her. And to help her, we had to sell her this.
To help her, we have to sell her.
Yep. That's the bottom line, what it came down to. I think that was the biggest point of her resistance. They're like, she's in the back of her head, she's like, are they just trying to sell me something? But then she started to realize after we invested 3 hours into the conversation and into overcoming her objections that you guys are really trying to help me?
Yeah.
They're like, yes.
She's like, what?
No, it's too good to be true. It's like, no, it is awesome. You got people that are really trying to help you. What did you say, Mike? You said something about.
I said it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's weird that people go to work all day and for 30 years, and then you framed something supposedly normal in society that is actually really weird.
Right. She's like, you're trying to help me?
Right.
And we're like, wow. Yeah. But basically the whole time we've ever been talking has been trying to help you. So yeah, it's trying to help you. She goes, God, that's so weird. That's so weird. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird, right? Out in the world, people usually don't help each other. So yeah, it is so weird that we're helping you. But do you know what's weird to me? What's weird to me is that people will go to college for 6 years, spend a bunch of money they don't have, get into debt, work for 40 more years, and then retire in poverty.
Exactly.
That's weird to me.
Yeah. And
she went, oh, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, okay. So yes, we're trying to help you. Get over it.
Yeah. It was a perfect example of how to lean into the tension.
Oh, it got tense, right?
Gosh, yes. It was great. It was a clinic. I had to lean into the tension, and the 4 core beliefs were major in that moment, in those moments.
Major. And she's picking up on the fact that, we're doing her a favor. This is in her best interest, and it is her loss if she says no. And we cared so much about her situation, we weren't going to let her say no.
Right. And there was one moment she looked at me like, she almost got a look in her eye like, you asshole, what are you doing? You trapping me in this. But then before she could really lock into that, it dissolved. And she was like, wow, you are my buddy. You're trying to help me. And you enlisted one of your friends to really help to support you and helping me. And now it's a wrap. Now she's on the path, she's a sharp person. So the one other thing, she's like, what if I'm not going to watch these, but what was she telling us about her goals and, what she wants to do? She's going to watch it. She's going to watch the classes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, yeah, Mike, that was awesome. So so then I just pulled up the laptop and I'm like, all right, Mike, it's time for you to enter the order. This is your sale. So guys, remember when you are entering orders. There we go. Okay, when we're entering orders, you have to go into your account, go to account info, and then you have to grab your personalized link. Now she said, isn't there a link somewhere I can sign up when I get home? And I said, yeah, there is. She goes, okay, let's just do that. And I said, no, we're going to do it right now because I want to make sure it gets done right. So they're going to ask you that sometimes. Can't I just do it on my own? Technically, yes, you can. And I'm not going to let you. Okay, so remember, open an incognito tab. So if you're in Safari, it says private window. If you're in Chrome, it says incognito window. Because this window, I'm logged into as me. So in this window, we're going to create the new customer's account. So you need to have an incognito window, not just another tab, because then it will log you out of yours. And you'll get stuck in a pop-up circle. We don't want that. Okay, so I was just typing out her name. I was like, all right, I got your first name. I know your last name. What's your phone number? 720. And then finally, she tells me that, and she tells me her email, and she tells me her address. Good. We're moving right through this, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And throughout this, she's trying to, she's still having a conversation with Mike while I'm typing. And she's trying to like distract me from typing. But I'm like, no, I'm staying focused. What's your zip code? Okay. So let me get the order in. And we're right here on this page, and I say, okay, is the billing address the same? Copy info from customer. I go, all right, well, what's your credit card number?
That sucks.
And the first time she pretended like she didn't hear me. Sometimes people do that, pretend like they don't hear you. So then I just say, okay, so is it a Visa? And right when I said that, guess what she did? She got up out of her chair, walked over to her backpack, and pulled out her credit card. Punched in the credit card, went all the way through that. Now remember, on step 4 is, the system doesn't allow me to get to step 4 without putting actual payment info in. But step 4 would be click here to proceed and set up a new password. So that's when I slide the laptop over to her. Okay, slide the laptop over. And then I make sure she understands we have 4 things we're about to do on this website. We got 4 things we're gonna do here. So I slide it on over. So after you make your password, okay, you're gonna make your password, boom, check. Now you're in. We got 4 things to take care of real quick before you can go home. It'll take us less than 5 minutes. But we'll let it take as long as you need to. I don't want to rush this, but we got 4 more things. First is we got this indemnification agreement. Indem agreement. Basically what this means is you're not going to sue Renatus for things that have nothing to do with Renatus. Deal? Deal. All right, sign here. Sign. Okay. All right, next pop-up is, this one's going to be sign for your order. So I tell her, all right, this is your receipt. Okay? This is what you're going to give to your CPA. And also what it covers in here is your coaching. It also covers, your agreement. Don't upload the videos to YouTube. This is your private stuff. Don't give anyone your login and password. If you want to use our marketing material, use it. Just don't change it. It goes over, be honest and ethical in what you say and do. This isn't a job. Okay. So go through that. You got any questions? Ask me. If not, sign. You got to sign at the top and the bottom. So that was 1. This is 2. Next thing, number 3 is just going to be, they want you to verify your phone number again. Just type in your phone number one more time. Good. And then number 4 is your security question. Okay, set up your security question. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Okay, great. Give me my laptop back. So she slides it back on over. And then I say, all right, before you leave, log in on your phone. Show me it works on your phone. So go to secure.myrenatus.com. So she logs in 4 seconds. It works on her phone. I say, perfect. I say this as a favorite. Congrats. This is exciting. If by noon tomorrow you don't have access to your classes, let me know and I'll call customer service. But we're good to go. Jump into your first class, tax and legal tomorrow. Congrats. Congratulations. Woohoo! I got really excited for her. So think about that. When they're like, hey, can I just do this on my own? Well, technically, yeah, you can. That's going to be great. And then while we're sitting there, she goes, okay, well, what's this whole incentive thing and like a referral fee thing. And now she's a property manager, so I just put it in the context of her language. I said, yeah, it's just like when you sign a lease. When you sign someone on a lease, you get a cut of that, right? Same thing here. If you enroll someone in Renatus, we'll give you a cut of that also. Simple. I don't need to go into comp plan details. We're already 3 frickin' hours, almost 4 hours into this thing. So simple. Put it in the context of what they understand. I'm going to go have lunch with the car salesman today. I'm going to put it in the context of how he understands it. Well, when you push a car out the door, you get a cut. When you push education out the door, we'll give you a cut. Just one, you get to work from home and you don't have to stand in a frickin' dealership for 13 hours a day. Same thing. Just put it in their context. So show me it works on your phone. Great. Awesome. Okay. Do you like games? She says, yes, I love games. I said, great. Well, what we're going to do is you're going to come to cash flow. So after asking for the order, and we got the order, we did our OEP, we went right back to the basics. A bam fam. We're booking her to the next meeting and keeping her plugged in. That's how we do. We are doing them a favor. So I had said that so much during that follow-up, I'm doing you a favor, that when she was reading the credit card number, she goes, you're doing me a favor, right? Yep. Okay, any questions before we wrap up? Preguntas?
Michael, this is Laura Black here. I have
Yeah,
a question. Usually with Latinos, we do not, they don't have money or credit cards or things like that. So we always have to kind of, work with them and see everything and see how they can get the money from. So we try to keep them engaged with videos and stuff, but how would you handle it to keep them completely engaged the whole time until they find the money, which it takes about 3 weeks to 1 month?
Well, it's our area has that next event to build for. So, I say, hey, I'm going to save you a front row seat and really build big for that event. But then it's going to be, a series of videos. Hey, I want you to watch this tonight. Next week, you're going to watch this. I send a lot of the YouTube Renatus reviews to people. Hey, I just watched this and thought of you. And then I do give them a couple assignments, Laura. I'll tell them, I want you to go home and journal, and I want you to decide on the name of a company. Okay, you've been acting like an employee for too long. I want you to decide the name of your company so that we can start operating and acting like a company. So then when you get into the Renatus training, you'll have the company to start applying the training to. So what's the name of your company? And then I want you to set some goals and it depends on the person, or if they're married or not, hey, go have a mastermind with your spouse and make sure that you are on the same page with this. And even if you're not on the same page, at least they know what you're doing. And one other thing that helps, Laura, is 3-way calls. So if I would use Wanda all the time. If I got a Latino that's wondering if it's really going to work for them, I say, you know what? Here's what we'll do. I know she's busy, but in a couple days, I'm going to set up a call with you and my friend Wanda, and she can just share with you her story. Now, Wanda knows it's just a 5-minute call to share your story, but now that person has something to look forward to for a couple days. And then when they get on the phone, Wanda shares her story. She's really good at it. And then, sometimes it goes a little bit longer than 5 minutes because they become friends. But it's it's that a BAM fam. You know, we got a big. Oh, one other thing, Laura, that will really help is when you go look at properties, you should figure out, especially you guys that don't have big teams and a lot of time and you're still looking to make money, you should call realtors that have houses for sale in your area and book an appointment, and then call your prospect and say, hey, I'm looking at a house later today. Come with me. Or, hey, I got a house scheduled in 3 days. Put it on your calendar. I want you to come with me and just see what I look like. I don't know if it's a deal. I got to go look, but come with me. And, you know, it just creates, it's that realness for you. You might spend an hour, you know, walking around the house and then driving home, but it made it so real for them. And you can just say, nah, I don't know if this one works, or maybe it'll work this way. And you can start to show her or that prospect a little bit more. You know, you're just looking at houses. If and then one easy thing to say, if you're like, well, why don't we buy this one? You say, well, my investors don't like the loan to value ratio. My investors don't like this, right? It's not your money, it's your investors' money. So, call, webinar,
Thank you.
property. Yeah, what's up?
That was very genius. Yeah, all the suggestions. We show the videos, we give the all the videos that we have and the testimony videos. But yeah, the 3-way call. We want that one that you got that, right? I'm going to be using you a lot.
Yeah, Michael does it all the time with me. So
and you can use us too, Wanda. You can use us too. That would be awesome.
Awesome.
Right.
So
Teamwork.
yeah, the tours. Thank you, Michael. That was amazing.
Yeah. One thing that people really like to see is that they're being told what to do. So if you say, pick the name of your company and read this book, inside the Audible app, if you have access to Audible, you know, we don't, like with new people, we don't give them the password. We don't let them join in until they're in. But one thing you can do as a value add is you can send them a book. So remember, you're assigning them. You're the boss, you're the leader, you're the coach, you're the driver. They're looking to you. So, hey, I want you to pick a name of your company. I want you to go home and journal tonight about what you're going to create in your life. And also, over the next 2 weeks, I want you to listen to this book. And then you can just come and pick a book, and you click on the little 3 dots on the side. You know, and depending on if you're in an iPhone or Android or iPad or different devices, please only mobile devices, not laptop. But look, right there, what's my 4th option? What does that say right there? Send this book. So now I can send it to them in an email, and they can start listening to that book. So now I've already added some value to their life, but I didn't give them something for nothing, right? I'm not going to give them access to the whole library if they don't sign up, but I will take control of their free time by signing a book. Say, you know what? I want you to listen to this book. And then you can really get into coach mode. Does that make sense? So that way you can check on them. Yeah, check on them in a week. Hey, did you finish that book? If they finish that book in less than the time frame you gave them, you can say, yes, we found someone. But if you gave them a week and you check in and they haven't even finished chapter 1, then you could totally change the tone and say, look, man, you're going to have to step it up. You know, we're focusing on creating change in our life. And I don't want you to fall behind. So simple book, get back on it. Ask them, you know, the mindset stuff, the typical, what are you doing with your free time? Well, that's why you're poor. You're watching too much TV. Turn the TV off, listen to this book. Come to our workshop in 2 weeks. Let's find you the money. Let's build some new habits. Leaders are readers. Wow, we're totally past the top of the hour. I got to go, guys. You guys have been awesome. Stay focused on your goals. No one can stop you. Use your drive system. Keep studying that. It's going to work. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.